Can you see the translation quiz that you took last Friday? Okay, is that big
Yes.
enough? Let me,
Enough here.
okay, now it's big enough, right? All right, first of all, if you are dealing with a translation quiz like this, please pay attention to the given word. It's for free, and it's always happening that some students missed even the given word. Okay, all right. I know that this word ojen, of course, it's not appearing as it is here. So you need to figure out where it is. But is it really hard? I don't think so, because the word should be coming together with Aleph, Zain, Nun. Where is it? You can easily see this. Now, looking at this, you need to figure out, okay, I understand this is ear. And what about em ending? Then you can easily come up with the idea that em ending is plural ending for masculine. So then, oh, should it be ears? And what about conjunction? And the presence of a conjunction verb is important too. If we use and, but, or, okay. So it depends on the context. Some people use or, some people use but, or some people use and. Actually, most of you use and, which is okay. But I didn't really deduct the mark for the choice of or and, because it could be understood differently. So that's it. And okay, this one, Romero is asking me about this. Okay, my answer to your question is this. If we had this verb conjunction without law, then that's definitely, without question, for sure, that is verb reversive. One more time. If you see a affixed form, this is an affixed form, right? Looking at the PowerPoint, the first one is comments and pata, and then it belongs to a group. Okay, in terms of the second PowerPoint, it belongs to a group. And whatever groups it belongs to, when it comes to 3MS affixed form, then they normally start with comments. Am I right? So it meets the qualification to be a fixed form, card of fixed form 3MSG. Okay, if you are dealing with a affixed form on a fixed form, and then that is directly attached to a verb conjunction, then that's not verb conjunction. It should be verb reversive. And this when it comes to Hebrew 1. In fact, in terms of verb conjunction, verb reversive, it's not really always verb reversive. It can be verb conjunction. But in Hebrew 1, I want to just to give you just the minimum, information that you really need to acquire. So in this case, if you have verb and then like law in between verb conjunction and the affixed form, then the verb is not verb reversive, but a verb conjunction. All right. But if we did not have this law, and then verb is directly connected to Nathan, then that should be verb reversive. Romero, is that clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. So yeah, I think it's understandable that you could be a little bit confused here. But I think in your assignments, and then I think in the classroom, we previously dealt with this before. That's why most of our students could get the right answer. But anyway, so thank you for that. So the translation is and who, the subject is 3 MSG. So and he, and the fixed form is past tense. So this one is not above reversive. So past tense should be used. So and he, negative particle. Do not use negative participle. You guys are always confused with this terminology. Participle is a form. Am I right? And then this one is not participle. It is particle. Okay, negative particle. If you don't know the name, just to put low. Okay, then that is better than wrong name. But except what is it form? Of course, when it comes to form, you have to put the accurate names. All right. But when it comes to special feature like this, then you need to put just the low is okay. All right. Mm, but when you are used, where is it? Okay, if you are dealing with this one as a special feature, just for example, then you cannot simply say la and cam because you need to let me know what it means by cam. Then you need to put lamed preposition or just lamed is okay, but lamed preposition is at least what is expected. It's not really in a fancy word. Lamed preposition together with second person, what is a cam? Answer me.
You or your.
Yeah, but what is the specific PGN? Second?
Second masculine plural or second masculine plural or second masculine singular.
Is a singular plural? Come on, people of
Plural.
God. Plural. Okay.
Second,
Sorry, Stephen?
Second masculine singular.
Is that singular?
plural.
Yeah.
Plural. Yeah, this is okay. So
Plural.
you need to put second masculine plural pronominal suffix. So and this, you need to let me know how you understand it. Okay, in terms of special feature. By the way, this one you need to you need to put the special features like verb conjunction. Okay, all right, and then low negative particle. Okay, so the translation is and. What is this? Adonai. Adonai. Some of you got confused as if this is a haya or other, Hebrew verb, and then some of you try to really analyze it. No, no, no. This one is the most important one. The name of the Lord, our Lord, is Adonai, the Lord. Okay. So, and the Lord did not give to you. What is left? Heart. But since we don't have definite article here, you gotta be careful with the usage of definite article here. If you have it, please put it. If you don't have it, please be careful not to put it. Here, some of you use the heart, but I didn't give you the mark for that. So it should be a heart. Okay, so just the end list in terms of uh, literal translation. Okay, so what is our translation here? And the Lord did not give, maybe parenthesis to you, a heart. And this one is, see, Lamed comes and then top ending. You need to quickly think about the possibility of infinitive construct. This is first yod verb, yada, right? Because of top ending. especially for infinitive construct. Even nowadays, some of you are confused about the location of, okay, where to put infinitive construct, where to put affix. Listen carefully. We have learned how many forms: affix, prefix, participle, infinitive construct, and imperative. Five. So if you choose one of those, then you cannot use other thing together in the analysis table. Does it make sense? Because it should be one form. So it cannot be um, both, like affix and together with infinitive construct. Infinitive construct is a name of a form. So if you think this is infinitive construct, then you need to use it under the form. Okay. So this one is 갈, 야다, 갈, and the form is infinitive construct. And once again, how many times I have emphasized this? If you are dealing with an infinitive construct, remember, it has no PGN. One more time, say no PGN. Come on.
No
No
PGN.
PGN.
I said, why is it you
No
guys are
PGN.
always, yes, please. Don't be confused. You got it right. You put infinitive consonant. And why is it you always try to put some gender and number? Okay, come on. All right, remember this. Infinitive construct has no P, G, N. All right, so you are not supposed to put anything there. Okay, special feature. You have this, and some of you are confused about the name of this. That's why, you could come up with infinitive construct. No, this one is the preposition, lamed. So you need to put lamed preposition. Okay, what about the meaning? Is it possible for you to put a subject for infinitive construct? No. So you just to put the meaning of the verb together with to. So in this case, what is the meaning of yada? Yada means to know. So you need to put the meaning
No.
to know. All right. Okay, so and then this is ain. If you have im ending, then you think, okay, im is a specific augment to make the word plural. Okay, then looking at this component, is there anything that you are familiar with? This is ein, yod, nun. That's ein, which means I. So you need to make it plural, eins, eyes. Is it clear? So you need to put even the meaning of verb conjunction there. So and eyes. I think this is quite well-known passage. I know some of you were struggling with analysis of the verbs, but you got the right translation at the end. So I was amazed. Okay, these pastors are really good, and they read the Bible many, many times. And I know that some of you could catch the meaning of the final translation, and that you went back to the analysis and tried to figure it out. So congratulations, it worked somehow. So if you don't study hard Hebrew language and read the Bible, okay, then you will have somehow. Okay, so yeah, uh, lamed again, and ot ending. I'm not trying to say ot ending is always for infinitive construct, but you need to understand this. Okay, this could be a possible what is it? Final exam, a part of final exam, especially under the section of grammar. How? Okay, you have some words ending in ot. Okay, what are they? Then you need to identify the specific, presence of ot. In this case, what is your answer? That is specific ending for infinitive construct, especially for the third he. Okay? So you need to understand this. Why? Because sometimes auto ending can be used for what? Noun, feminine, plural ending.
Participle.
Y- yeah. And
Participle.
then, right? And then even noun, feminine, plural ending. And yeah, you're right, in participle. So you need to understand how you can see the difference between those. But anyway, so yeah, this one is infinitive construct and third he. So the main root letters are resh, aleph, and he. Okay, and please pay attention to the components. Everything is there. Then you quickly just to pick up other other consonant like in, and then you end up with la ah. And then how can I just give you the mark? So please pay attention to the given components. Okay. Anyway, this is la a, okay, and then kal, and as I said, the form is infinitive construct because you have rame preposition and ot. That's enough. What about PGN? One more time. PGN? What PGN?
No N.
No
None.
PGN. No PGN for infinitive construct. Okay, only for infinitive construct.
Okay.
Okay, right. Because I will always want to give you the mark. And whenever you wrote down something there, like masculine plural, and you got the right answer for the form, infinitive constant, I need to like this. Oh, what is this? You know? And then I started really anyway, all right. Just try to let you know my heart now. I'll always want to give you the mark. Okay. Please remember this. Okay, and then PGN, no PGN. What about special feature? You need to include this. So what is your answer? Lamet, preposition. Okay. What about meaning?
Position.
To see.
I'm in preposition.
Okay.
C.
Meaning is to see. Right. This is I. And that's why, it's quite somehow it wasn't that difficult in terms of translation. Or heart to know and eyes to what? To see.
C.
All right. And then this one, as I said, and ears to what? Ears
Here.
to taste?
Here.
No. To feel? No. Let's listen and hear. All right. Okay. So this one is okay. This is a really typical case for infinitive construct. As I said, you have important indicators. What is it? Shua and holem. So can you say that shua and holem are the only indicators for infinitive construct? No. Why? Because
No.
shua holems are the indicators even for imperative. Second person, masculine, singular. In case of second person feminine singular, second masculine plural, second feminine plural, they will take the specific ending, which are e, u, na. So it's not your consideration here. But if you have nothing, and then shua and holem, then you will think about two possibilities here. What is it? Imperative and infinitive construct. But with the presence of lamed, then that's for sure. It cannot be an imperative because only infinitive construct can be used together with a preposition. So in this case, you need to understand, okay? I'm just giving you a review of what we have studied. Excuse me. So the words, root letters are shama, kai stem. What about form? Is it a fix? Imperative?
You.
What
No.
is it?
No, no. Infinitive construct.
Glad to hear that, FL. Yes, it's infinitive construct. What about PGN?
To MSG.
Come on. See, it always
No,
happen.
nothing.
It always happen. I told you, infinitive construct has no PGN.
Oh yeah.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay, Phil. Please pay
But
attention to it. I know you are always struggling with time difference and okay, just a matter of concentration. One more time. Infinitive construct has no PGN. And what about special feature? Need to put lamed
lamed.
preposition, meaning to listen or to hear. What is the meaning of add? As far as until.
For us.
Okay, and then what is this? This is the usage of an adjective. What kind of adjective? Attributive adjective, because there is an agreement in terms of gender, number, and definiteness. So this one, 제, should directly modifies the preceding word. So the translation is this day. Okay. So our final translation is and the Lord okay and the Lord did not give to you a heart to know and eyes to see and ears to hear or listen to until this day. Okay, so is that clear? Do you have any question? Okay. All right. Maybe one or two more questions, then I'm going to ask you to start your translation quiz.
Professor, what is that indicator on the left?
I'm
On
sorry?
a V left. What is that? It's look like a vowel on the word height.
Okay, are you asking me about the translation quiz?
No, 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 no. Yeah,
Okay.
about our translation quiz last week.
Uh-huh.
I can see the word height. There is a
What word?
heart, a heart.
Okay, left. Right.
Left.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. There is a vowel on the top of the bed.
Ah, so you are confused.
Yes.
Okay, let me go back to it. So is this what you're trying to say? Let me okay. So you are trying to say that this one.
Yes. Yes.
So you translate it as what?
No, no, no. I just want to know what is that for?
Okay, like this. I
Yes,
think
yes, yes.
long time ago, Amos asked me, similar question. Those things. Apart from the ordinary bow pointing, right? Sorry, I cannot really remove these things since I normally what is it? Cut and paste from Bible works, and then it normally comes with this. Those things are other signs for pronunciation. So we have a lot of signs like this. They are like a liturgical function. It has liturgical function. So when Jewish people read the Hebrew passage, then they need to put a lot of signs for the specific function of, the accent, and then little pause and intonation and all those things. So they have something to do with the sound. But apart from consonant and vowel points, it's not really that important because you are not going to read it as a rhythmical as um, the for the usage of liturgy. So it's okay just to ignore it. If you are not familiar with all those things and consider them as a special sign for um, sound. Okay. Okay. Thank you for the question. Anything else? Just feel free, please. Is that clear? All right. Talking about today's translation quiz, I think it's not really that hard, to be honest. But if you find it really, really hard, then something wrong. My maybe how can I say my assessment for your difficulty is this: if you really find these things hard, then there must be something wrong with your vocabulary. That is number one problem. Number two, you know the vocabulary, but it's so much hard for you to recognize them from the given sentence. Why? Because normally those words are not appearing as same as in the lexicon form or in the vocabulary list. Am I right? That's why you are struggling. So then it has something to do with grammatical parts. But I think it's not really a big problem. If you know and list the vocabulary very well, then you can always start from your vocabulary and then you can analyze the grammatical aspect. So, one more time, your vocabulary is always important. And if you try to memorize your vocabulary using the sound, then you will be confused in Hebrew too, because there are a lot of words that have similar sound. Okay, but the what is the root letters and then the consonants are different. Then that's why you can be confused. So make sure if you are dealing with some words that have similar sound, then you need to categorize them in a same group, and you need to pay attention to you know the root letters so that you can see the difference between them. I think we have even some words like la. Do you know what I'm saying? When you say la, it means to see, and at the same time evil, and what else? There are different words that have same sound. So you need to really pay a great deal of attention to those things as you have more vocabularies. All right, and then you don't have any question? All right. One more announcement. I think it's most likely you are going to take your oral quizzes sometime next week. Okay. And I'm trying to finish our lessons as early as possible. While we are supposed to deal with 2 new lessons every week, I may try to cover 3 lessons so that we can finish it a bit earlier and we can spend maybe some time for review. Okay. Or I think 4 hour final exam is not really idealistic, especially when you are taking it as a online exam. So I'm still thinking about making our final exam bit shorter, okay, which is good for you. So this means that your oral quizzes that you are going to take next week will be important. So, what do we expect? Hebrew reading and your vocabulary and grammar. So, when it comes to grammar, how can I test you? I'm going to ask you just a simple and broad question. Okay, um, Sister Amy, please let me know what you have understand, what you have understood about infinitive construct, and you need to let me know whatever you understand about it. Okay, and I'm gonna ask, okay, could you tell me about verb reversive? What are verb conversive? Okay, missing letter rules. How many missing letter rules do you understand? Very broad question, but you can just point out very important, aspects. You don't need to tell me everything, just as long as you can hit the points, then that's okay. You will not lose any mark there. And something like, what are the forms of different endings, or what is that? Well, okay, how can you differentiate the different pgns from participle form? Okay, you are dealing with the participle form. How many pgns do you have, and would you let me know? So if you don't understand, the grammatical part, then you cannot really answer the questions. Is that clear? Okay, so one more time, your vocabulary quiz is important. Why? um I told you before, you probably, your vocabulary quizzes are good so far, and when I really give you the oral test for your vocabulary parts, out of 20, let's say I'm going to show you 20 vocabulary out of how many? That's going to be then 1 to 180 by next week, because you have covered 170 words so far. Am I right? So by next week, that's going to be 190, because you including the first 10 particles. Okay. So out of 190, I'm going to show you 20 vocabulary. And your culminate score for vocabulary quiz is like 19 out of 20, right? You miss just one every time. And yet, next week, you in your vocabulary quiz, I mean oral quiz, you got, let's say, less than 50. Then how can I trust you that you really did your vocabulary quiz honestly? I'm not really trying to see whether or not you have honestly done your vocabulary quiz, but it's gonna be change your perspective. It's gonna be another opportunity to increase your vocabulary grade. What I'm trying to say is, okay, so far your GPA, not GPA, your what is it? Okay, let's say culminate score of your vocabulary quiz is 18, okay, out of 20. And then in your final vocabulary quiz that you will take next week, okay, as a clarification, if you take it in next week, then you are not going to take it in the final exam. Yeah, that's what I have decided. Okay, so next week, the vocabulary quiz next week will be the last one. So do your best. So going back to the point that I tried to make, okay, if you got the average mark was 18 out of 20, and then if you can get 20 next week, I will mark it up. See, that's going to be another chance for you to mark it up, to increase your grade. So it's fair. Okay, so you have enough time, and then I know that you have a lot of paper dues, but please do not think that Hebrew language is a piece of cake or something that you can easily get. No, I'm sure that no pain, no gain for Hebrew. So please do your best. Okay, so But I need to still think about how I can test you for those three, you know, aspects: Hebrew reading, vocabulary, and grammar. Then it will take quite long. So I will see how I can make the schedule. But you will do it next week. Is that clear? Do you have any question? Okay, then so be ready. Okay, clean up your table. Okay. All right. It may take just a little time as usual. I post it in the Moodle. Please go and check if you can see translation quiz 6 in your Moodle. Please let me know if
Yeah,
you
I
can
can
see.
see it. Yes, I can see
All right,
it.
good. Please go ahead.
I cannot see.
Go to translation quiz and translation quiz 6.
6. Still 5.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
think you need to. Why don't you just turn off the internet browser and then could you renew it? Must be there.
Still.
Pastor Paul, I'm going to send it to you right now through
Okay.
your messenger.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
It's look like some of the vowel point is.
Sorry.
It's look like some of the vowel points on the
Uh-huh.
second word, and yeah, and first from the last first one.
Okay, let me get back to this after sending this file to Paul. Okay. For the meantime, just move on. Pastor Paul, please. Did you get it?
Not yet, sir.
I just sent it to you through your messenger, Facebook Messenger. Would you check it, please?
Oh, yeah, I got it, sir.
Okay, thank you. Please go ahead.
Is it number 6, sir?
I'm sorry?
Is it translation test
Yeah,
number
6.
6?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, going back to the question of Albert. Let me, wait a minute. Okay, if you need to print out, please feel free to leave your place. It's okay.